Live from RBA studios in Kigali, Rwanda, this is RTV News. We start with the headlines. In Gicumbi district, there's an ongoing construction in a village with a rainwater harvesting system for all houses. Also still ahead, Kigali City Administration says it will not tolerate those who destroy public gardens around the city. We're glad you chose RTV News. I am Isabel Masozera. We start with our top story now in Kaniga sector, Gicumbi district. There's an ongoing construction of a village with a rainwater harvesting system for all houses. Construction engineers and experts point out that the establishment of modern villages should go hand in hand with efficient rainwater harvesting systems to prevent soil erosion, because the water can be used to facilitate other activities. We get this story from Prince Manzi.
It is a modern village being established on hills of the Murindi Cell and expected to acquire 60 families currently living in slums. Moreover, the construction of such villages involves the flow of much rainwater from rooftops when not collected. On the sides of these houses, there is an establishment of 6 huge tanks with the capacity of holding 100 cubic meters of waters each. Fulgence Dusabimana, in charge of the construction of this village, elaborates on why these tanks are being built. And one of the major issues we have in the country of soil erosion, people being flown away by water, we have to know the basis of such case. When you are constructing such tanks that hold much water, we consider a way that is cheap. These tanks are underground, and the tops you are seeing now will be covered. Taps will be over there. These houses are into different categories, including attached and detached houses, and those with 3 or 2 rooms. Across the country, there is establishment of modern villages that acquire many people, and this results into release of much water that might cause soil erosion. Those following up on this project state that the establishment of tanks that collect all water in the village will also favor the irrigation of crops cultivated in the village. It is an example of villages constructed in a system that preserves the environment. Starting with bricks used here, they were burnt, but there was no cutting down of trees. Even woods are verified if they are from fresh grown trees. This village is constructed in a way that all water 100% will be collected to be used in different homemade activities and also in irrigation. The Gicumbi district is made up of mostly mountains that stimulate soil erosion that distracts plants. There are no exact figures of people living in slums, especially mountainous sectors of this district. The Vice Mayor of Gicumbi in charge of economic affairs, Parfait Tuera, states that as the capacity increases, the district also establishes modern villages to avoid risks on people living in slums due to natural calamities, and urges those that are able to move out of slums without waiting on the government's aid to do so.
There are people that live in slums because it is an inherited property, but with the capacity to be able to move into any other area. So this is a campaign where such a person has to change the mentality and move out, but those that are vulnerable, we collaborate with the administration to know the needy so that we can help them.
The construction of the Murindi modern village in Kaniga sector is expected to be over in July this year, with a worth of 3 billion and 130 million, specifically 52 million per house. Prince Manzi, RTV News.
Thank you, Prince. Now, Kigali City Administration says it will not tolerate those who destroy public gardens around the city. For example, those who litter and walk through the gardens, which gets in the way of realizing a green and clean Kigali. Rwanda's capital, Kigali, is considered one of Africa's cleanest and safest, striving for good service delivery. All around the city are beautiful flower gardens and designated public spaces for pedestrians. The city also features public seating areas for people to relax.
People are able to have wedding-related activities, relaxation activities, and more.
There are residents who continue to litter on the roadsides. However, some of them have been caught and arrested. Rwanda National Police is currently having an awareness campaign on benefits of a clean city and cautioning the general public about the effects of littering. Like we keep our homes clean, we must do the same for the city. The vice mayor in charge of socio-economic affairs in the city of Kigali says that they will not tolerate people who destroy the beauty of Kigali city because it stands in the way of the goal set to achieve a green and thriving city. Most of the time you find people littering plastic bottles and they are all over the place. But now the city of Kigali is introducing more public dustbins in various places for people to dispose trash appropriately. The trees help us to have clean air so that we can all enjoy it. So we call on residents to preserve instead of destroying them. Environmental conservationists believe that citizens can play a critical role in maintaining the cleanliness of the city if they work together towards it. This is why residents are reminded to prioritize cleanliness both at home and at work. Together we can keep Kigali city clean. Now, moving on, those who trade in markets which are well constructed in Kigali city say that there's a need to establish modern markets. Meanwhile, there are existing well-constructed markets without traders. Olivon Tete unpacks.
In Chinya sector in Gasawa district, there is a modern market built by an entrepreneur to be used by residents nearby. One of the traders who rents the place say that due to lack of clients, traders choose to close.
Clients are very few because they are at their respective jobs, and when they come back from work, they immediately purchase from shops because they do not have time to go to the markets. It is very hard to find a trader at the market all the time.
However, this is not the case in the market located in Virembo of Bumbogo sector. Traders in this market and those who purchase from it see that it came as a solution to the chaotic business that used to exist in this place. We used to sell from the streets and we used to be in trouble, always having to hide from local leaders. It was really chaotic. But now we are happy because we have a place to work from, and even the leaders know that we are currently working from this place. This became a solution to traders and buyers because the market that we had was demolished. There's also a big market in the Bumbogo sector, but most of the traders who work outside see that the rain and the sun bother them, yet they pay taxes. We get rained on and our products get damaged, and when it is not sold, we take the products back home.
We pay taxes and we do everything required. We request that they find a way for us to work on a covered area so that we cannot get rained on.
In Kabuga in Masaka sector, in Chichichiro district, there are also two markets. One of these markets is deserted, while the other is full of traders, and some are even carrying out their activities outside. We retail, and in the morning we have to come early and sell our products, and when those who have stalls here come, we have to leave and go sell outside. All these traders from various markets request the government to cooperate with the private sector in providing a solution on the functioning of these markets. Therefore, there will be no market without those to work from it, while others are built and not used. Olive Nete, RwandaTV News.
Now you're still watching RTV News. Some of the youth in the crafting business say that the activity facilitates both their personal and family's development. However, they face the challenge of purchasing expensive equipment. We get this story from Prince Manzi.
It is an exhibition organized by the city of Kigali and other institutions for exposing different activities of the youth and linking them with customers. Some of the participants say that they are exhibiting products that they manufactured.
This
is an elephant made from a munzenze tree. It is a normal tree that we process and use few chemicals to add this black color on it. It can take about 2 or 3 days for it to be a final product. Deciding to create their own jobs, these youth say that it not only benefited them, but also their families.
I'm about to finish my university studies, and I also have a plot of land in Rwanda. I want to expand the market not only locally, but also internationally. My advice to the youth is start creating their own employment, regardless of the issue of capital. Any amount you have, you can make it productive.
Nevertheless, these youth point out some of the challenges they face and request institutions in church to intervene. The cloth materials reach us on a higher price, and some of our clients say that the made in Rwanda outfits are expensive, and yet it is not intentionally. If it will be possible, the government can charge less for the materials to reach us on a low price. Apart from tailoring, there were different decorations, carpentry related, designers of cookers, and other sort of services. All these were given as part to demonstrate their activities. The Vice Mayor in charge of socio-economic affairs in the city of Kigali, Martino Rugeni, states that the youth are the country's future, and that is why the government decided to support their activities.
It is the government's goal to support and encourage the youth in their development activities as well as entertainment. The leadership of this country reinforces all these programs.
The Minister of Youth and Culture, Rosemary Mbabazi, urges the youth to make better choices.
We have to abstain from things that distract us, including peer pressure, and we should not also appreciate making shortcuts. Instead, we have to work hard. Create your own jobs to eradicate unemployment.
This exhibition that started on the 18th of this month is expected to end this Monday. Prince Manzi, RwandaTV News.
Thank you, Prince. Now, some of the residents who recovered from severe depression request those who are struggling with the same problem not to self-isolate, but rather to seek medical attention because early treatment can help them regain happiness and hope. Oliver Ntete with more.
Those who suffered from depression say that it negatively affects a person's life and it may even lead to no longer feel the need of living. I once had depression. I felt sad. I was so desperate. I often was deprived of sleep, and I also started having back pain. I didn't want anything. I didn't even want to speak to anybody. I always felt that people were bad.
Icyabiteye nuko nari maze kubura umubyeyi kandi uwo mubyeyi yari inshuti yanjye magara.
It was caused by losing a parent, and he was my good friend. After losing him, my feelings changed. I hated everything and people. I always wanted to stay in my room. I didn't want to engage with the society in general. During that time, I consumed various drugs, including alcohol, and at that time, I didn't even want to leave. And later on, I even started smoking, yet I never smoked before.
Even though they encountered various challenges, they say that sharing their experiences with other trusted people and seeking treatment are among the things that help them recover and regain hope of life. The reason why I got well, it is because I started speaking out. When you speak out, you get healed. I talked about my problems and then the doctor gave me medicines. I wasn't cured instantly, but I started joining other people, always finding ways to be happy and smile. That's when I realized that my problem was serious. Then I went back to the hospital and after a year I was healed.
Be open and talk to people because it is the first step to healing. Whether it is someone you know or don't know, as long as he is willing to help you, be close to them. Because there are a lot of people out there who are ready to listen and will not judge you because speaking out helps you.
According to Nsengiyumva Innocent, a psychologist at Ndera Neuropsychiatric Hospital, points out that people often ignore this illness instead of helping those who are facing the problem.
People most of the time have difficulty in recognizing the illness or even give no importance at all. Yet, when the person is helped early, it assists them to feel better, but when they delay to get treatment, recovery also takes time. When you endure the situation for more than 2 weeks, you should immediately seek medical help, because you can be treated either by using psychotherapy or even medicines, or even use both depending on the situation.
Experts in psychology also point out that if not treated quickly, depression may progress and may cause other serious consequences, including suicide, as Innocent Nsengiyumva explains.
If you have had depression and did not seek medical help, you are at risk of developing it in a serious way. That could even lead to suicide. So it is necessary to explain to people, but it is also necessary to love people. So you will know that there is someone who is suffering and there's a problem that someone has faced. Then it will be easier to help him than them isolating themselves in their rooms, and thus it will reduce the problem of depression.
The statistics of Karayesi Ndera Neuropsychiatric Hospital show that in the year 2020-2021, the hospital received about 7,817 patients who were treated with depression. Among those diagnosed, 46% were women and 54% were men. 20% of them were under 19 years, and those aged between 20 to 39 are 42%, while those over 40 are 38%. Olive Nete, RTV News.
Thanks for choosing RTV News once again, and that's the end of our coverage today. I am Isabel Masozera. Thanks for watching.